welcome to one more series of my video channels. Today we are going to cover our topic called mobile system organization, which is there in your syllabus of standard 11 CS as well as IP. It is there in both standard 11 CS students are also having and IP students are also having, so both of them can take it as a reference of note. Let us see quickly what we are going to cover today. In this chapter today, first of all, I will be giving a brief introduction of what our mobile system comprises of, a small introductory part. Proceeding ahead, we will see what advantages it is giving and what are the limitations still we are having with the mobile system which we need to overcome in it. Next, what is the role of operating system in our mobile, and to the end of the video we will see the major components which comprise of your mobile system. So let us start with the first topic, a small introductory part. What is your mobile system comprising of? A mobile operating system is a software same like as you have a software in your computer. Today you can say, first and the foremost, let me introduce that your mobile is a small mini computer. Almost majority of the task what our computer is doing, the same task your computer, whatever computer is doing, is your mobile also able to do. There are hardly anything which mobile is doing it left out aside. So we can say that like computer needs an operating system to run, similarly you need an operating system for mobile also. A mobile system needs an operating system. What is that operating system? A mobile operating system is a software that allows your smartphones, your tablet PCs or other device to run all your applications which are installed in it, and all the programs whichever are installed in your programs. To run those we need a operating system, and typically this mobile operating system is when you start the mobile. Same as we turn on the computer system, the first and the foremost device to the device is your operating system. Similarly, on the switching on the mobile, the very first component which will be loaded is your operating system. And once you start on the mobile, what do you find it? You find a screen which is presenting a small icons or a small titles which gives you the quick access to all the items. And today's mobile operating systems are mainly made up of Android operating system. Majority of today's operating systems are based on the Android operating system, and this Android operating system is mainly made by the Unix or Linux operating system, which is a free operating system. Unix and Linux are the free operating systems. In this Android operating system, the user is allowed the touch screens, using which the user has to just click on the buttons and proceed ahead. There is yet another simple precise definition written that operating system is an operating system that is specially designed to run all the system. Let us see what advantages does the mobile system offers to us. First and the foremost, we are able to communicate wireless. How does wireless communication happens? There are a lot of apps which are offering us like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. With these apps we are able to communicate with the users wirelessly, which were not possible in our old mobile systems. In the old systems these things were not there. Second, there are endless mobile applications available in the Play stores. Either they are payable or they are free of charge, but with the help of this endless applications the user can do any task of his choice. That is another advantage. SMS was there in the old system also, but still we are available with this facility. Next, we are allowed to make phone calls with the help of radio transmission. It is coming in detail ahead in the slide. Then it supports the multimedia exchange of format. This is new, which was not there in the old phones. Old phones were just allowing the text communication, as mentioned earlier in the that it was allowing only SMS facilities, but now we are exchanging the messages which are containing all graphics, audios, videos. We are also having the camera facilities, touchscreen. These are all advantages, but at the same time we have certain limitations which we need to still overcome. The first one is connectivity problem. which is the major concern. Certain critical point of time when you need to urgently connect with the people, the network disconnects and you fail. That is a major disadvantage. The second limitation with this mobile operating system is the CPU speed of our mobile is not as efficient as our computer. Third one is battery life. Everybody knows after using the mobile for around 7 to 8 hours, the battery life drains. Fourth problem is display constraints. A mobile has a small display screen which is not so effective as our monitor screens of the computers. And last, very much important, is in the keyboard we have a flexibility to use the keyboard which is with the 10 fingers. The user is free to use all 10 fingers, but in the mobile the limitations are there with the input device. It is very much inconvenient to use that. This is a brief detailed diagram how your mobile operating system is made up of. One by one in the detail the backside explanation is coming, so let us proceed and directly see how it works on. First important, very most important component is your processor. We know that in the computer the most important part we call it as the CPU, as just like the CPU is called the brain of the computer. Similarly, the microprocessor is also called your brain of your mobile. Let us see what functions it is doing. We say the effectiveness of the mobile processor directly and indirectly affects the working of every applications. Better the processor, better will be the working of all the applications like camera, music player, email, whatnot. Every app installed in your computer purely depends upon the efficiency of your mobile processor. So it is the core of your whole mobile. Then you can say, just like the CPU of our computer is divided into three components. Students are already aware that the CPU is divided into three components in the computer. It comprises of control unit, memory unit and ALU. Similarly, in the mobile processor is divided into three parts. First part is called as application processing unit. In short, it is called as APU. Second component called graphics processing unit, and the third one called communication processing unit. Let us see the working of each in detail. The first component called application processing unit, APU. The name from the word A, application, you can get a small idea that yes, it is responsible for the functioning of every application installed in your computer. Each and every application which is installed in our computer, its working depends purely on the application processing unit. Now we have already learned in our computer syllabus that applications are again of the two types. One are the system applications and the other is the certain applications are required for the computer to run and certain user needs it. Few applications are meant for the mobile itself to run and few user installs it for its own usage. Application processing units make sure that it is performing the functioning of both, whichever applications are needed for mobile also and the one which users installs, both the applications are functioning smooth. That is what the control unit, as I said, if you relate our computer CPU, you will be able to understand the mobile operating system very well hand to hand, as control unit takes the charge of all the instructions coming from the user and decides what next to do. The control units is the one who takes the charge and decide who will be executing the next instruction. Same way the application processing unit will also be doing the same function. Once the input is coming from the user, it will decide it has to be given to the which application. If the user is trying to play the audio, it will be given to the Windows Media Player. Same way if the user is trying to save the file, it will be given to the memory unit. It is responsible for all the tasks which I have written on the screen, like audio, video, codec. Codec definition is coming later on in the screen, so we will discuss that time. Playing games, saving data, image processing. The speech recognition is the one which we use in the Google search engine. When users speak, the search with the audio automatically computer converts into the text form, that is called as speech recognition, to convert the audio into the text message automatically. Then text editing is, today the scanners are available which converts your image into text. All these facilities are taken care by the application processing unit. Let us see what is the next component responsible for. The component in the mobile processor is your GPU, graphics processing unit. From the name, I am sure you must be getting a small glimpse of it. Graphics will be playing its role only when user deals with the graphics, and graphics are generally when we are playing games. Mostly games are in the animated form. Only and only if it is animated, the user will be attracted towards it. Why are we so much attracted towards the game? Because they are so much well animated that we don't like to keep the mobile aside after playing for 3-4 hours also. So graphical processing units plays its major role when we play our 3D console games. Second, also we are using, our CS students must be knowing that we are plotting our graphics also. 2D 3D graphics plots, mathematical graph, bar graph, pie graphs, all these graphs also when you plot, all the graphical features when we use, that time the graphics processing unit is responsible for. Then there is a term written on it that it is a frame buffer intended for the output of the display. Certain times we need to keep buffering the memory screen, otherwise you get the graphics needs a lot of memory space. That is why it keeps on rendering the memory again and again, so that user gets enough space. Graphics consumes lot of space, so time and bin the memory has to be rendered and cleared out. The last component of our this one is communication processing unit. The word communication makes little bit concept clear. Communication will be when we make the phone calls. Only when we are making the phone calls we are communicating with user one another. So the communication processing unit will be playing its role when you are making a phone call. Please try to understand this working of the phone call in detail. It has been covered little bit in detail in your syllabus. When the user makes a phone call, how exactly it works? It works with the combination of two devices. One is a transmitter and the receiver, and the another one called audio system. What is the role of the radio system management is, radio signal is responsible for your SIM card. Without the SIM card is your phone calls are definitely not going to work. You need a SIM card for making the phone calls and all this. First, all the SIM card related tasks are taken care with the help of radio signal management unit. Second thing is, when the user makes a phone call, you speak the audio. Your audio data, when you speak out, it is recorded in the mic which is installed in your mobile. You have a mic in your mobile. This mic will record the audio, and everybody knows our digital gadgets, computer, mobiles, laptop, they all understands the digital data. So your audio which you spoke in the phone call gets recorded in the digital form. But this is a wireless communication going on in the mobile. It has to go to the receiver end. Between the sender and the receiver, when the phone call is going on, there has to be the radio wave signal. That is why on the top it is written that the phone calls works with the help of two things: transmitter, receiver, and the audio system. So you made the audio call which is recorded in the digital form. Now the transmitter are transmitting the data, but that goes through the analog signals. Now the digital data cannot be directly transmitted into the analog signal. That is why we need two converters here. Like first converter is called as DAC, which will be doing the conversion of your digital audio record which you did in the mobile to transmit it through the radio waves. That is the first process. Your digital data gets converted into the audio signals, that is so that it can pass on through the radio waves. conversion from the digital to the analog signal is the first process, and at the end user other end who is communicating with you, when it reaches to that phone, the reverse process has to done. At the receiving end, again the user is using the mobile, it has to again go back into the digital form. So the reverse process called ADC will be doing the reverse task, converting back your analog signals back to the digital, so that user can again understand the audio what you spoke. This is how the communication processing unit works. So this is the entire communication processing unit and your mobile operating system. There is one small term called system on a chip, which is equivalent to your motherboard. What is a system on a chip? A system on a chip requires all the electronic components to be integrated on the single integrated chip, and it comprises of all the components whichever are needed for your mobile system to work, like your chip is needed in the mobile system, CPU is needed, whatever we discussed in the whole video. We discussed each and electronic component is finally installed on one single chip, that is called as system on a chip. And students of class 11th already know that this thing in the computer is called as the motherboard. The motherboard is the main board on the computer on which the rest of all other chips are installed. Thank you so much for watching, and if you